Going on, guys, welcome back to the channel for a brand new Sorare video. On this one, we're doing a bit of an experiment on what does a £1,000,000 gallery yield you on Sorare. Now, this is an experiment. These numbers aren't exact. It's all for a bit of fun. I'm using 4 managers, which I'll come on to in a moment in time, and using the month of December to take their yield and what they've won during December 2023. Now, these managers, which we'll come on to in just a moment in time, have roughly £1,000,000 gallery. Not exact, some a little bit below, some a little bit higher. And this video is being recorded on the 24th of Feb, so gallery values may change, if that makes sense. So the 4 managers we'll be using for this video. Number 1 is Nanzo. We'll get to their profile in just a moment in time. We've also got Tom C as well, who's just under £1,000,000 of the gallery. Fantasy Teller, who I believe has changed his name since I did this graphic. And, of course, Pranksy Plays. Now, Pranksy has just gone on to win the Mbappe Unique the other day. So his gallery value will have increased since, December's numbers, for example. So they're the 4 managers we'll be looking at. We'll do a deep dive into each manager in a moment in time as well to see what cards are using, how many cards they have, and the different scarcities, for example. So just a few key points, really. A bit of a PowerPoint presentation going on here. So what did each manager win in December? Some key points. Number 1 is the reward value. Now, I've took this from Sorare data, and this is not the exact figure. So, as you all know, it's difficult valuing limiteds and rares at the moment in time. Never mind super rares and uniques. These sort of managers will win super rares, uniques on a regular basis, guys. Trust me. And yeah, super rares and uniques are very hard to value. So I've done the best I can in terms of reward value. Might be somewhere I'm way off, somewhere I'm hopefully very close, but took a bit of time out, took me, a couple of hours really to go through Sorare data, their results during December, each game week, see which yield of the rewards they've won. Some uniques, for example, shown a 0, some uniques shown a 6 ETH, which was sold like 2 years ago, and their super is only worth 0.1 ETH now, for example. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's not the exact figure. It's also the reward luck as well. Get me words out there. So reward luck obviously depends on, for example, I could finish first at All-Star Rare Pro this week. I could go and win Mbappe. But next week, I don't know, Michael can go in All-Star Rare Pro and win someone who's, 20th down in that tier. I don't know, a Trubin, just for example. Still a good card to win, but obviously the price difference is completely different. So keep in mind the reward luck as well. Again, this is just a bit of fun, bit of an experiment. And each manager has different focuses. So just for example, as you all know, and hopefully, Pranksy Plays or Pranksy is heavily focused, especially on the Premier League and the in-season Premier League at the moment in time. So a lot of his yield and his value will come from the in-play Premier League season. So I've done in terms of card rewards, but also in sort of like gaming yield as well, which is obviously a lot easier. That's just a true figure, but obviously card rewards are a lot harder to kind of predict and value, if that makes sense. So other managers might have stronger MLS teams. So again, using December 2023, but Pranksy Plays, for example, in June, July, his gallery might be a lot less in terms of yielding over that course of the season, if that makes sense. So each manager has different focuses. Again, just some key points there before we move into the actual figures and the video itself. So just having a quick look at each manager's gallery before looking at what they won in December 2023. First up is Nanzo, a well-known name in the community. Been on Sorare for quite a while. In fact, it's his anniversary 3 years tomorrow, which is quite strange. Now, Nanzo's gallery is a little bit different than the other 3. He has a lot of more limited cards than the other managers combined, basically. So quite a range of different scarcities, but also quite a range of cards in different regions as well. Again, I won't go through all these, but some of these cards are absolutely amazing, by the way. A lot of unique cards. But as you can see, going through them very quickly, he has a range of different regions. So his gallery is covered for all year round. So in the off-season, so just for example, Pranksy will come on to in a moment in time. His gallery is very much focused on the Premier League. However, Nanzo's gallery is kind of like spread out a little bit over the off-season. So his yield would be pretty good throughout the 12 months. As we know, Nanzo's gallery is worth over £1,000,000, £1,110,765. In terms of card rewards for December, again, this is a very estimate figure. Please keep that in mind, is roughly just over £11,000. In terms of gaming yield, that's also over £11,000 as well, meaning a total of 22,165, 14 pence, which is not a bad return at all for Nanzo. Tom C is up next. Now, I used to follow Tom C, and I still do when I first started to. I think he's a very good SO5 player. If you do follow my streams, I do mention Tom C a little bit as well. I have no idea who he is personally, and I'm guessing he doesn't know who I am as well. Now, the big thing about Tom C's gallery here is his rare card. He only has 21 rare cards, 409 super rares, and just under 200 uniques. Now, his valuation in terms of his gallery is quite a bit under the £1 million, so 839,000. But I did want to get a few different ranges in this video. As you'll see, some of them will be over £1 million as well. Having a quick look through his cards. Again, as we know, we've got very low rare cards. His main focus is uniques and super rares. Got some very good cards indeed. Again, quite a range of different regions in here, which you'll expect for all these kind of managers. His gallery valuation is £839,620. Now, in December 2023, he won card rewards, again, an estimate figure of just over £11,000, much like Nanzo. His gaming yields was slightly lower, so £8,800, which meant £19,944.40 was roughly returned in December 2023. Next up, we have Fantasy Talent. As you can see, his gallery valuation is just over £1 million, which is absolutely perfect for this video. 9 limited cards, 402 rare cards, 320 super rares, and in unique 130 cards. Now, looking straight at his gallery in terms of his top value card, you'll see a lot of off-season cards as top row, mainly the off-season J-League MLS cards. Got a few European cards as well. A lot of European cards down here. I was about to say, his gallery in returns in December 23 might be a bit lower because of this, but some amazing European cards as well. And Holland super rare as well, making the jump out in my eyes there. Mbappe super rare. We got 2 Mbappe super rares. Again, quite a range of gallery. Again, we'll jump into look at what he won in December 2023. For card rewards in December 2023, we have over £10,000 for Fantasy Talent. So his gallery is definitely in the European region as well. Gaming yield, £6,553, meaning a total return in December of over £17,000. Last but not least is Pranksy Plays. Now, I'm sure you'll all recognise Pranksy. Been in the game now for nearly a year and has brought a lot of Premier League and European cards. His gallery value is over £1,300,000. And just look at these cards, guys. I don't even need to speak. Look at these cards. Been playing a lot of the in-season Premier League, winning a lot of rewards, which we'll come on to in a moment in time. I could just scroll for this all day. Unbelievable gallery, over £1 million. I'm sure you all know Pranksy Plays, so let's see what he won in December 2023. As mentioned a moment ago, Pranksy does play a lot of the in-season Premier League competition, hence why his card rewards is a lot lower, a little bit lower than the others anyway, over £6,000, which is not too shabby at all. But look at this gaming yield guide, guys. £25,000 gaming yield alone for December 2023 for Pranksy, meaning a total of just over £31,000 in December 2023. What do these managers yield on an annual basis? Now, for this example, I am not going to use Pranksy solely because his gallery is a lot different in terms of his past play in December 23 compared to Nanzo, Tom C, and Fantasy Teller. Again, I just wanted to include Pranksy in the previous slide a moment ago, just so you can see what he won and what incredible gallery he has in terms of in-season Premier League. So, in December 2023, £19,704 was the average return for Nanzo, Tom C, and Fantasy Teller in terms of card rewards. Again, that's the estimate price, and gaming yield, which means an annual yield roughly of 23.6% for those 3 managers. £1 million gallery over on Sorare. So let me know your thoughts on that. Again, this is just an experiment. Don't come at me in the comments. Want some more experiments like this in the future, let me know. But that's not a bad yield, 23.6%. Again, the figures might be completely off. I'm no expert and no mathematician as well. So, come at me in the comments if I've got something wrong. That's absolutely fine. Hope you enjoyed the video. Rough example, about £19,000 average monthly return for £1 million galleries. Again, it depends on the month of the year, so I do appreciate that as well. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know your feedback in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.